3, shall we? You know how this works. Bang. 3 at 3 is where I talk about unusual option activity. And I'm about to do just that. Cite for you the ones that we found. Whoops, what am I getting a fill here? Let's see. Knock on wood. Yep, I am. All right. Well, even more to talk about. Let's get to it right now. 3 at 3. The first step, if you've never traded before, or if you've traded stocks and you'd like to learn how to trade options or futures or cryptocurrency, if you're brand new to it, if you're an intermediate trader, advanced trader, we've got courses for you. Go to marketrebellion.com/get started. That is marketrebellion.com/get started, and you can learn all about it. Bang. This disclaimer says that this presentation is for informational and educational purposes only. I'll drink to that. Now let's get to it. First trade of our 3 at 3. Let's get to that. That is SDC. That is SDC. SDC is Smile Direct Club with the stock at $8.05. That's $8.05. They're buying next week expiration June 8 calls. How do I know that's next week expiration? Because it's got the 26th ahead of it. So in other words, 2 days hence, actually just 1 day hence, gosh, it's Thursday today. Tomorrow is the 19th. So a week and a day from right now, we have the June 26th expiration. They were buying the 8 calls. They paid $45 each call, up to $65 for each call, even though it says 45 cents and 65 cents. Every option is for 100 shares. So you move that decimal place 2 over to the right, and you see where we're at. So in other words, somebody putting down a bet of almost 7,000 contracts that says, which would be 700,000 share equivalent, that the stock goes higher over the next week and a day. And they have a nice leveraged bet on this because, of course, $45 a piece for an option, or let's say right in between, let's say 60 cents. 60 cents or $60 for every options means $600 for a 10 lot, which would represent 1,000 shares of stock. $6,000 for a 100 lot, you'd control 10,000 shares of Smile Direct Club from 8 on up to wherever it goes. All right, let's take a look and see where that is now. $8.11. It's already a little bit of a winner because it's 11 cents in the money now. It was 5 cents in the money. The right to buy it at 8 would be worth 5 cents at 8.05. And since it's at 8.11, it'd be worth 11 cents. So we're already in a pretty good situation right now. All right, let's get to the second of our 3 at 3. CRM. Okay, one of the best companies out there, Salesforce.com. These guys kill it in virtually every environment. They've made a substantial recovery and moving higher. Stock's 185.85, so just shy of 186, and they're buying the July 200 calls. So the bits of information you need to concentrate on. Number one, the July 200 calls are approximately $14 out of the money. Let's say the stock's 186 and they're buying the right to take it at 200, $14 out of the money. How much do they pay for that? Right. $185 a piece, up to $277 a piece. So again, let me say $277 each option. That's $2,700 for 1,000 shares of stock. You know how much 1,000 shares of this stock would cost if you went out and bought it right now? $185,000. That's how much for 1,000 shares. But you could control that for $2,700. What's the trade-off, Doc? The trade-off is it's only good for a week and a day, and these options are $14 out of the money, much higher than where the stock's trading right now. So somebody's bullish on this stock. I want to follow those people. It wouldn't matter to me if they were bearish. I would like to follow any big trades for instance, 5,400 contracts at over $200 a piece. It's $1 million trade. I want to follow those folks. In fact, it's already working. Look at that, 188.41. When we put it on, it was basically 186. So it's already working, 188.39, 836, near the high of the day, up 7 big points on the session. Bang! That's what I'm talking about. So let's take a look at our third of our 3 at 3. And I've got some in-depth information for you on Cloudera. You got it, baby. That little orange ball there tells you we've had multiple hits of this one. As you know, I did it live on television last week. We did it when the stock was, I think, below 11. And it made a nice pop to 12. Well, at 12.74 early this morning, just within the first minutes of trade, they came in and bought 25,000 calls. That's 2.5 million share equivalent. That, my friends, is a big trade. We want to follow those trades all day long. So when we see this, and they went off for $25 a piece, up to $90 a piece, obviously people that got in early made a killing already, because 25 cents to 90 is a pretty good trade. You know, you tripled your money. Let's take a look at how that looks after that first 25,000 trade. Well, as you see, Cloudera, July 15 calls are active, it says. There we are, with the stock at 12.74. There we are, 8.34 this morning. And then from a couple days ago, last week, that's when they said, hey, shares are higher after CNBC's Najarian highlights options activity. Then they said they are indeed exploring and receiving interest from PE firms. You think that's why somebody bought 2.5 million share equivalent of this stock today? Well, let's see. Cloudera moving up through $13 to $13.67, near the highs of the day, already up over 8%. Bang! Where's that one going? Well, take a look at this. Those calls are now, as of half an hour ago when I did this chart, and I've already traded a bunch, 103,000 of these July 15 calls. Now, this is an out-of-the-money bet, folks. As you recall, last time they were buying the 12.50 calls and the 12-strike calls and things like that. Now, they're really pushing this up. They're saying the 15 calls, 100,000, that's 10 million share equivalent. Somebody's pretty serious about this thing going higher. And as you saw, they bought them for 25 cents up to 90 cents each. And where are they now? Well, they're, as you see, here's a bunch of the blocks that I thought I'd show you right away early on this morning. First print, this is Chicago time. First prints, 1,000 of them for 50 cents. And then, as you see, a bunch of other prints on there, 900 contracts, 844 contracts, 500 contracts. You get the idea. Stock is off to the races. They're buying a ton of these calls. Stock's trading over 13 bucks. When it's 13.85, as you see there, they traded up to $1.10 already today. I am still in these calls, but I've taken a lot off because, quite frankly, I like being one of those folks that pulls money off the table. I did it yesterday before the halftime report. I got back in today. I'm doing it again today, taking money off the table. Because some people want to say, folks, you're playing with the house's money. Why not? No, it's your money. It's my money. As long as it's still on the table, it's anybody's money. Once you pull it off the table, put it in your pocket, it's your money. So that's one of the takeaways from today's discussion. You want to learn more about what we do with unusual option activity? Go to rebellion.com/UOA. That is rebellion.com/UOA. You can learn all about what we do as far as we've got multiple trades a day. It's probably as many as 15 or 20 trades a day on our unusual option activity. We've also got the ability where if you're a member of that, you can ask us questions throughout the day. You can pose questions to the other people who are actively trading this unusual chat room on Market Rebellion. Go to marketrebellion.com/UOA to learn more. Hey, I really appreciate you joining me, folks. I appreciate many of you sticking with it because I know yesterday I kind of screwed up and I didn't have the sound quite right. Hopefully the sound's coming through okay today. Thank you. I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy, and let's make it a great day. Let's go make some more money.